You know, I never thought, but I just thought about it. You know, when I was a young trapper, I needed a trapping shed. And a lot of times I had frozen hands and stuff before I built my trapping shed. So this is a quick tip for the young trapper that don't have a lot of money to go to the lumber companies and everything and get a whole bunch of stuff or have a whole bunch of money to build your trapping shed. 4 poles, baby. If you get lucky, and sometimes they give you the poles when they replace your telephone pole in the yard. If you'll ask them, they'll give it to you. See that big long pole here? You'll need a pair of wire cutters to slip the piece of wire and cut it. You'll need a tape measure to measure your pole that you're going to put down in the ground. You'll need a magic marker, like I said, a pair of wire cutters, and a chainsaw, and a pair of safety glasses to wear. You will cut your pole, or your poles. If you get lucky and they cut it off at the bottom, you'll have about a 40-foot pole. That's 4 good poles. Or if you split the poles in half, but I don't like splitting the poles in half. So as you can see, I've cut me one. Thus, you will cut you 4. You will get a post hole diggers from your grandfather or your father if you know how to use them. Dig your 4 holes and put your poles up. Now, my poles are 10 foot, which will give me 8 foot clearance because I'm going to put mine 2 foot in the ground. If I was going to put my trapping shed in and put a bag or 2 bags of cement per hole, you'll cement your poles in. You'll have a dirt floor, and it's real easy to put 10 on the sides because you run 2x4s ever how wide and long you'd want it. You don't have to have a real big wide trapping shed. I'd go a 8x8, and then I would A-frame it. I'd build me some little A's on it, and you normally have to have 6 foot of 10 on each side to have overhang. And if you 8 foot pieces of 10 for 8 foot on each side, 8 foot on the back, and 8 foot on the front, and build you a door, and it'll keep the young trapper warm, and you'll be able to skin your pelts, and you can even put you up some hangers in there to hang your pelts on. This is just a suggestion for the young trapper if you're ever going to build him a trapping shed and he can't afford big poles or whatever. You can put your 4 of these babies up. That's Wildman's tips, and I hope it helps some young trapper out someday if he just wants to start out trapping and want a small trapping shed that he can put in his yard behind the house and fence it in with 10. Wildman out. Keep slamming and jamming. I'll keep you fishing. I'll keep you hunting, and I'll keep trying to pass suggestions and tips to the young trappers and the fossil hunters and arrowhead hunters and deer hunters and turkey hunters and whatever I can do. Before I take my last breath, I'll keep trying. Slamming and jamming, baby. Wildman out.